It's time for more classic animation to receive physical media releases. We're going to talk about it today here on Classic Cinema Plus. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Greetings, Classic Cinema and TV fans. Jason here with you once again on another Classic Cinema Plus. And today we're talking about two brand new releases. One Blu-ray, one DVD, and these are truly classics. All right, so let's jump into this. If you're a physical media fan, you're going to love this, and especially if you love animation. First off, we're talking about a really cool release. And we're talking about, on DVD, the complete collection of Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Yes, this is on DVD. This was a really interesting show. This show was part of the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends, or the Rocky and Bullwinkle Show, however you wanted to say it. But this was really cool. Rocky and Bullwinkle, they had their adventures, but they also had Boris and Natasha. Who didn't love those? Oh, the crazy Russians, loving that. Oh, I love that. They were so much fun to watch. The crazy Russians. Then you had Dudley Do-Right, the Adventures of Dudley Do-Right. Oh, I love that. And then there was Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Mr. Peabody was when you look at this, you say, oh, a boy and his dog. But no, not with Mr. Peabody and Sherman. No, it was a dog and his boy. It was crazy. Mr. Peabody and Sherman basically was about a dog who had a higher education, very, very intelligent. And he decided that he was kind of lonely. So he decided that he wanted to have a pet, I guess. So he goes to the boy shop, instead of the pet shop, the boy shop, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, and he looks around and he goes, and he ends up, adopting the boy named Sherman. Okay. So he brings Sherman at home, and he starts to realize that he needs, a boy needs, exercise. So he decides to build a time machine and take Sherman on adventures through time. So they go back to historical events and to visit historical figures and all this and their adventures together. It was crazy. It was nuts. It was awesome. It really was. It was really awesome. We won't talk about the movie version. Some people like that. Some people, not very many, but there were some that liked it. But it was cool that it was brought forth, for maybe then people would go back and watch the original, But now for those fans of Peabody and Sherman, now you can have it on DVD. It's complete. 91 of the 5-minute episodes found on the Rocky and Bullwinkle Show are on this collection here, and what an awesome thing it is. 91 episodes on 2 DVD discs. That's pretty awesome. A lot of people would probably say, well, why didn't we just get the whole Rocky and Bullwinkle collection? I don't know. Unless they're trying to break these up and make them the specific, giving each of these specific clips of the different episodes and the different things, giving them their own release. I don't know. If that's the case, I wouldn't mind that, because I'd like to see Dudley Do-Right in a complete collection, but we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know, but for the time being, here is Mr. Peabody and Sherman on the complete collection. Pretty cool. All right, now, for the next release is pretty epic. This one is The Lord of the Rings. Wow. Okay. Peter Jackson produced probably the quintessential trilogy, if you will, of the epic saga of the Lord of the Rings. Pretty much anybody will tell you that trilogy is it that is so, I mean, it's epic. It is massive. It's, and it has to be to really tell the story well. But people may not remember or may not realize that there was a epic trilogy before Peter Jackson's trilogy, and it was an animated trilogy. So we had The Hobbit was the first film, you had The Lord of the Rings, and then you had The Return of the King in animation. It was an animation trilogy. Pretty amazing. Now, the interesting thing about The Lord of the Rings here is this one was produced with rotoscope. Now, rotoscope is kind of, it's a little bit difficult to kind of explain it, but we'll try to explain it as simplistically as possible. Okay, so you have live action, and then you have the animated, and you kind of merge them, and then they kind of come forth seamlessly. And that's kind of what it was. It was done very, very well, and I really enjoyed this. This was my first time actually watching this one. I did watch The Hobbit many years ago, but I never got to watching The Lord of the Rings and The Return of the King. So I'm still working on those, but I have watched this one. This was epic. Over 2 hours long and an amazing, amazing little film. The rotoscope is just spectacular. It really brings the adventure to life. It really does. It gives it that unworldly feel. It just feels like it's an out of this world adventure, and that's kind of what you want. Now, the interesting thing is this says the remastered deluxe edition. I have to tell you, I was looking at this and I was like, this is going to be epic. I was hoping that Warner Brothers would have taken this and remastered this in 4K from a 4K scan or a 2K scan or something like that, and kind of cleaned it up, but apparently not. It just looks to be just like the previous release. Now, if you have the previous release, you probably are not going to want to get this. I don't know. It looks good, but it's not been cleaned up. You got all the little specks in the picture. You got all the different things. It's just what it is. But it does have a special half-hour interview with the director. We won't talk about the director there. He's very controversial. We won't go into that. You want to know more about the director, we'll let you do your own research on that. We're not going to get into that. But anyway, but this is a really, really cool little release. So if you've not got this, the original release went out of print. Okay, so there is no more of those. So if you want those, you have to search them out, and maybe you can come across one. But if not, this is your next best bet here, is to just pick up the Blu-ray release. It does look good. It's looking good, but it's just not an amazing upgrade. I wish it was an amazing upgrade. I wish I could say that, but it's just not. But this has been just a little first look at these two new animation releases coming from Universal Pictures and Warner Brothers. So what are your thoughts on Peabody and Sherman and The Lord of the Rings? Let us know in the comments. I love to read your comments. You guys have so much great things to say sometimes. You give me a lot of things in your comments that I don't even know. And so that makes me really enjoy reading your comments. So please do comment. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and like. Share it with somebody. Share this video with somebody that loves animation. And be sure to subscribe. We would definitely appreciate it. It helps out so much. Be sure to go to Classic Cinema Plus. Check out our full written reviews of The Lord of the Rings and Peabody and Sherman. Probably up by the time this video goes up. If not, it'll be up pretty fast. So you can go there. And we got tons of reviews up there all the time. So go check those out. All right, we want to thank you for joining me. It is such a blessing to have you coming along for this ride. And until we're with you next time, this is Jason reminding you that if you want to see a great film or a TV series, check out a classic. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.